suck. You don't
Suck.
You don't sip.
The straw's at the bottom, so you can drink it like that.
That's the worst way to drink anything. You have to suck on it.
Not like that.
Hi guys, welcome back to my kitchen with the 4th of July right around the corner and with my blog that came out on this past Saturday. I thought it'd be fun to create the patriotic poke cake that was featured in my blog. So I want you to grab your favorite white cake mix, okay? Open it up and then dump it in your mixer. And instead of using oil, which I think a lot of the cake mix boxes have for their instructions, I'm going to use butter.
Real butter makes family reunions taste even better.
So a quarter cup is going to be a half a stick of butter. And we'll just melt that. While we're melting this, we're going to get all the other stuff ready that we're going to put in the mix. So the other two ingredients, not including the butter, would be buttermilk and egg. We're going to use a cup of this. We're going to use 2 room temperature eggs. Also remember, everything should be room temperature when you're baking. So let's just see if the butter's done. All right, so we've got the cake mix in the bowl. We're going to add our buttermilk and then we're going to add our eggs. So we'll put in the buttermilk first, going in. And as this is going and incorporating the buttermilk, I'm going to add my eggs. And add my butter. So I'm going to stop it and I'm going to scrape down the sides. I'm going to eyeball 2 teaspoons. You don't have to eyeball if you're not comfortable with it, but I'm kind of comfortable with it. 1, 2. Here we go. Okay, you guys, that's it. I can already smell how delicious this is going to taste. Okay, so I'm going to use 2 8-inch round cake pans for this. It's a little bit thicker of a mix, but that's okay. That's what you want. Look at it, cute. Got our cakes. And I'm gonna put it in the oven at 350, and these are gonna bake until they're nicely golden brown, about 20-25 minutes. Okay, so on to the firecracker part of the poke cake, which is, of course, the jello. I'm using berry blue and strawberry. That way the cake will be red, white, and blue. Oh, and by the way, get these soon because they tend to run out this time of year. So have your pans on because we want to boil our water first. And so I'm only going to use a half a cup of water per color. So only using a half a cup, your water is going to come to a boil really quickly. Once the water is boiling, I'm going to have you add your jello, okay? So we're going to do even amounts of jello, and then I'm also going to do some real fruit preserves because I feel like that's going to amp up the flavor, okay? So I don't have blueberries in my garden. Otherwise, I'd be using my own blueberry jam. But what I do have in my garden, strawberries. So I make my own strawberry jam. So 3 tablespoons of the jello, 3 tablespoons of the jam. They're gonna go into the water until it dissolves, okay? And then we're gonna turn it off and let it cool. All right, let's take a look at these cakes. So I said about 20-25 minutes. These cakes have been in, I'd say about 23-24 minutes. And this is how I found the best way to get them out of the pan and cooling right away. I take it like this. I lay out a couple of wax paper sheets, okay? And you just, boom. I gotta think of another word. Slap. Almost. Got a little piece left in there, but that's okay. Look, yay. So now all we have to do is get these on a rack to cool. So these are not strawberries from my garden, okay, because I want a nice big fat strawberry. We're gonna decorate these. These will be a garnish for our cake. So let's pick out the good ones and then we'll rinse them off and then you'll get to see what beautiful things we're gonna do. I'm gonna take about a cup of white chips and I'm gonna melt them. Chocolate is really, really easy to melt in the microwave as long as you are a little patient with it. You wanna do it at intervals, maybe 20 to 30 seconds at a time to begin with. Keep in mind that this will scorch, so take your time. Better to do this. This is why I said have patience. You don't want to ruin your white chocolate. So here's what I want you to do next. Let's get all of this off the side. You're gonna take your strawberry and you're gonna dip. And I just kind of grab the top, roll it around, drag it just like that, because that's gonna be the side you lay it on, and then plop it on your wax paper. Then you take your jimmies and sprinkle on top. I mean, I know I could dip it in there. It's gonna get a lot of jimmies on there is the only thing. Actually, these aren't jimmies. They're called something else. See? So there's your difference. So I'm gonna keep dipping my strawberries till I get them all decorated the way I want. Okay, so see how cute these turned out? They're gonna be for garnish, so we're just gonna move them to the side here. Now we have our cooled cakes. I have them each separately on a plate because once we get the jello mixture on here, we're gonna wanna chill it in the fridge for a couple hours at least to let that jello set. I've got 2 little chopsticks here. You can use wooden skewers or whatever you have. Let's use this end. Just go all the way around, but you wanna keep about a 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch away from the side of the cake. So I just kind of go around like this in a spiral. Do whatever design you want. Now we have our cool jello mixture. And you just pour it over the top. And then I usually just make sure you want to evenly get that leftover fruit, which can stay on the top. So our blue is done. Now we're gonna do strawberry. Look, it's pretty. So now what we wanna do is wrap this in plastic wrap and let it cool and set in the fridge. Our cakes are almost done cooling. We've had them in there about 2 hours, and I'm going to do our topping for the cake right now with our mixer. It's your basic whipped cream recipe.
You remember real whipped cream, don't you? Rich, creamy, luscious.
You want 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. I do about a tablespoon of sugar. You can add more, you can add less. All we want to do is beat this continuously until we see it starting to come together. Don't beat it too much though, because then you'll end up with sweet butter. Okay, let's take a look. See what we got here. Look at that. Lovely whipped cream. I'm gonna go grab my cakes from the fridge and I'll be right back. Oh no. Can you do this, Ava?
I don't think so. Never worked at TGI Fridays.
Hey.
I love working at Fridays.
All right, you guys. So first things first, we're gonna put these cakes on a pretty cake stand. That one's gonna go there. And we're gonna put just a dollop. This will be our middle layer. You can bring this all the way to the outside edge of your cake. Smooth it out, okay? And then put this cake on top. But what I want you to do is I want you to put the fruit on the bottom this time. I did a pretty good job. It's just shocking. What an easy topping for a cake though, and who doesn't like whipped cream? Now you just want to fill in the sides. Now it's time to decorate, okay? We did our strawberries, and we're just gonna stick them right on top. What do we think? I kind of feel like it's the cutest Firecracker 4th cake ever. Should I go get Grandma? Yeah? Come with me. Graham? Okay. Say hi.
Oh, hi kids, how are you?
Good. I just wanted her to see the cake.
Oh boy, I smelled it, but we have to go taste it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you have to go look at it
Wonderful.
too, because you'll die. Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think?
Wow. That's
Pretty?
beautiful.
I know. I'll be ready for the oohs and ahs, okay?
On a fork.
I live on the edge.
Yeah, perfect.
I mean,
Look at that.
and so then you just take like a little berry from the top, put it on the side, and you're ready to go. So Grandma's gonna try this, but I'm so glad that I got to share this recipe with you. I can't wait for you guys to try it for this upcoming 4th of July. And when you do, send me photos. Let me know how it goes.
Excuse me.
How is it?
That's good. Delicious. I'll have a bite of this. I'll be the first to do this. It's not only great, it tastes delicious. The only time you're going to see me eat fruit is if it's